I think that's everything. I think that's everything. Guys, are we live? Are we doing this now? Is this the real deal?
Yep.
Is this? All right. Hey. Wow. Okay. So here we are. We are 1 minute prior to the go live of Son of a Dungeon here on the Corridor Podcast. We thought it would be fun to do a just bit of a director's commentary as we watch through this with everybody, both on the website, corridordigital.com, and on YouTube. The first episode is premiering on YouTube and going live on the website in about 30 seconds. And so we're going to look at comments. We're going to be flipping back and forth from corridordigital.com to the YouTube video page. And we're just going to be talking about it, reacting to comments, and just taking part in the experience, really.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I got all the chat rooms up on my mobile devices.
I got
pretty cool.
so many chat rooms. All right.
We got people in Ireland.
2 o'clock. I'm seeing 2 o'clock.
We got 2.2 thousand people on YouTube tuned in right now.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's going?
It's going.
Here it goes. Oh, it's playing on the website. All right.
Scott's adjusting it. There we go. There we go. Perfect.
Ooh, Sam's little intro. It's playing.
It's happening.
It's going on YouTube. Oh, YouTube's giving us a 2 minute countdown.
You're about to watch.
Yeah, YouTube does that.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
My wireless headphones keep disconnecting. Yeah, I'll just keep hopswap being the one earpiece.
Oh man, this is intense. Like we're just sitting here silent as the podcast starts.
Dude,
just
this is the greatest podcast ever of silence.
We're all watching
it's
it.
very
Yeah, I
intense.
gotta turn the volume down because I'm like watching the show now.
So I was like already watched.
Cecilton.
I'm gonna give you a critique, Jake. The iOS app, I can't see the live, so I have to go to corridordigital.com.
Listen, Carmichael, it's not
Carmichael,
perfect.
not right now. We're a lot of podcast.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Oh yeah, I'm actually still trying to navigate to where the live
So I
page.
go to the website.
It's not on YouTube yet.
It is. It is.
Counting. Oh, is
No,
it?
no, it's got a minute remaining on YouTube.
Countdown.
Hey, does someone have
No,
a link to the
YouTube's telling me 43 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Countdown. After the premiere time, it's another 2 minute timer.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Hey, real talk. How do I get to the site, the website?
That's
Yeah,
right. You
YouTube
get
does
everything
that
on
as
the
a
website
buffer
first.
for people to come in.
Hey, I'm gonna ask again. Hey, how do I get to the website link?
Corridordigital.com/live, Sam.
Corridordigital.com/live.
Corridordigital.com/live.
Thank you. Wait, what? I'm not logged in. Still, crap.
Dude, look at it. We're getting all the comments on our website are 2 minutes ahead of YouTube right now. Everybody's like, "Ooh, this looks so sick."
You gotta log in, dog.
Sam, David's just letting you know that you killed it. Sam killed this. That's what he said. So far, this is amazing.
Oh, it's
Not
starting
starting.
on YouTube. It's starting 2.6.
Here we go.
3,000 on YouTube.
I learned a lot from this channel.
Music is pretty fire. It's looking good.
Fire.
I can't wait until
YouTube is literally just scrolling like.
It keeps doing slow mode on the chat for like a second.
Yeah.
Not the best place for.
Hey Sam, you should turn off your video. Yeah. Now I can hear you without you being a robot.
There
All
we
right.
go.
You got it.
So there's like a bunch of coordination that went into this launch with like needing to make sure that these hour-long exports are flawless.
Oh my gosh! Yesterday, Carmichael. Goodness.
Hey, you know, at the top of the day, not even yesterday, Monday, top of the day, we have a meeting about how we're going to launch these files, how we're going to go about it. I get the specific verbal direction from Niko that if I see a problem, I need to fix it before they get to see it.
Well, this was 2 days ago. This was on Monday.
2 days ago, and I was like, okay, I see some footage that I would actually genuinely want to denoise.
Yeah.
Well, don't denoise last minute because you're going to get 24-hour renders
Oh God, that
versus
was
just
crazy.
2-hour renders
It's the problem with 4K footage, man.
on 4K hour-long footage.
Yeah, that was. I see what you're saying, but to be honest, when I saw that footage, I'm not even going to say what footage it is. I did not notice. I did not notice. I was not like, oh, this looks grainier than the other stuff. We should denoise this.
Okay,
Like-
to my eye, though, it kept on bugging me, and I was like, well, no one's saying it through this entire process, maybe not. But then the moment Niko said that, it got into my head, and I was like, God damn it, I'm fucking fixing this.
That's because you and Sam are the guys who see every flaw.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. I had to
So,
turn the
the-
audio off because I just started watching it.
I know, right? You got to do that. It's too intense.
Yeah.
Man, like
4,500 people are watching the premiere on YouTube.
Damn.
so,
That's
crazy.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see
So
how
wait,
many people
we're-
make it to 50 minutes.
so the website version is ahead of the YouTube version, right?
Yeah, by like a
2
couple minutes.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
there was the
yeah.
whole- and then there was the whole website push at the beginning of the YouTube version. So.
Hey, Sam, how's your hot air balloon ride going?
Yeah, are you in a hot air balloon right now?
Oh yeah.
I'm not in a hot air balloon. I'm not. You know what? After all those horror stories, I decided against it. I'm just out in the middle of nowhere.
Balloonomania, when a bunch of
Balloonomania.
peasants beat a man after he landed in a hot air balloon in their village in the late 1800s.
Not
If
made
you,
for
you,
ultra
you only know
wide.
that if you only know
Joe-
that fact if you watch to the very end of the last podcast.
Hey, Joey D. Conning, not made for ultra wide. You know what? 16:9 works.
16:9 is still king at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm-
here we go. I'm deep in
I'm
this
looking
chat
at
now.
2x1 right now as like a future platform is 2x1.
Hey, so which are we going off the website or the YouTube version as far as like talking?
I'm
going
going to be in
we're
YouTube
seeing?
because on iOS I can't actually see it on the website.
Either you want. Either you want.
I'm
gonna
screen
keep saying it
capping
that way just to
everything,
dig at
Sam.
Jake.
No.
I'm screen capping back and forth between Corridor Digital and the YouTube video page, but I'm primarily staying on CD.com.
Bowden on YouTube. Wait, that's not Mercer.
Did somebody say that?
Yeah. When does Ren break his arm?
Why does Jake have a guitar? Oh, you'll find out.
Ren breaks his arm before we film the live action.
D is so
stuff.
hot.
That was the big problem.
Yeah, Ren does not have a broken arm in the game table footage.
I know.
But then in the
Green screen.
VFX shots, yeah,
Yeah,
he
we
has a
hide it
broken
by
arm.
the broken arm is behind the shield.
That's why he has the shield. Yeah. How long did it take to create this show? Took 1 year.
Took a year.
Well, it technically took a year, in the sense that like we filmed it in like February/March/April, but
Yep.
like planning it out and conceptualizing and starting to do R&D started before that. You know, I remember it was September of 2020 when I realized we could photo scan stuff. So to give the context,
a year ago.
yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, this technology is moving along fast too. Like,
There's a comment that says Jake thought this was a poker game.
it is a D&D is a poker game.
Yeah, your gambling
haven't-
story.
They haven't realized that yet.
Everyone's asking where's Mercer.
Man, I'm so amped that people are so amped for this.
Yeah, people are
5+
Going hard
thousand
right
people
now.
on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool reading all these people are like, this looks amazing. This looks so nice.
I love Sam's facial expressions. And I guess
Dude,
we got
everyone
to
thinks
boost
D's
the budget
sighing
to
from
get
behind
more of
the
those
tree,
next
and then-
season.
Dude, the moment when D redoes his character intro is lame.
Oh
love the
God,
moment
D
when that happens.
redoing it. Yeah. the moment it happened at the table, the first thought was like, I guess we were going to edit around that. But then after we finished recording the episode, Sam and I get together. We're like, we're keeping this because it's too funny.
Yeah.
So a couple of the comments on the crew channel on YouTube, and I get it. You know, I put a lot of stuff on the crew channel. I was just like, wait, they're just playing Dungeons and Dragons?
Wait, in the chat right now?
Yeah, I mean, very few. Very few. But like one or two
This
people
is
like,
just y'all playing D&D?
Wait, y'all playing D&D?
I mean, I get it. There's like, we have 5 million subscribers or whatever.
Yeah, this is just us playing D&D. That's it.
Bo Druid. Niko
that's
the
great.
Druid.
That means we made it look
all
easy.
The time.
D, aka Reddit, the character.
Dang, already loving this.
Did Sam write this campaign himself? How much world building goes into it, and how much is made up on the fly?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I mentioned, well, basically, like, I come up with, like, a bunch of broad strokes and ideas, and then I would, like, nervously turn to Carmichael and go, like, all right, here's some ideas. And he's like, hey, that's cool. This is cool. That's not cool. And then I kind of take the feedback, jumble it up a bunch, and we do that back and forth a couple of times. And then basically, you know, the best way to put it is it's like a writer's room where it's like I'm the writing showrunner, and then Niko and Jake and Dee and Ren are the other writers on the project. And so I'm like, here's the story. What do you think should happen next? And then they're like, this. And then we go, like, all right. And then that becomes canon. And then I compare that to the notes and we move forward.
Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to turn off auto scroll on the chat. I can't read them all.
I'm a bit disappointed so far. Well, I'm sorry, Shape.
Carmichael, give your attention to the
disappointed.
positive comments. Don't call it the
Dude,
1 in 1,000
literally,
negative
I
comments.
look at
you're
it, and
on
it was the
YouTube.
first thing that I saw, and I was like, wait, what?
That's because you're
Yeah.
reading the YouTube comments.
The YouTube
There's
comments
always
are great.
salt
They're like
on
99.9% like people just
Yeah, we're at
having a great time.
6,000 people watching live on YouTube. Is this really live? No.
You got 6,000 people on YouTube.
It's
Bob-
been 5
everyone
years.
loves
You
Bob
still
with a
owe me
W.
$16. I don't know what that means. Well, Bob. Mark Hamill told
some
us to
people
be
are-
humble and stop calling stuff the best.
Look, guys, you gotta play the game, all right? Hate the game, not the player.
Yeah.
People are, a few people are competing with, like, should it be W Bob or Bob with W?
See, I'm surprised it wasn't spelled BOWB.
That's what I thought, but then I asked Ren how did he initially want it to be spelled, and he said W first. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go with that.
The dice are kind today, said one guy in the comments.
What did I miss? Elf emoji.
This is so much like D&D. Really is.
Yeah, I just saw that one. Yo, the spammer on the comments.
Uh-oh.
All right, Carmichael, you have to focus on the positive comments.
Hey, it's just what fills my screen.
No, seriously, you cannot focus on the negative comments anymore.
I know, I'm
The
trying
people
not
who
to.
are being negative are so small.
Yeah, I
They do
know.
not deserve your
I
attention
know.
that thousands of people that love
I
you and your
know.
work do.
I know.
This sucks.
It's just what fills my screen.
Ignore it then. All right.
Everyone's like, I can't see it on the Corridor app on YouTube.
It's not. They're looking for video on demand. It's only live right now.
Oh, somebody called out. I didn't know Dee's character is named after 2 Warhammer guys.
Ooh, that's a good one.
is
Yeah,
he?
that's sweet.
I didn't even know that.
He probably doesn't even know that either. He was just like, these are cool names. That yeah. 8 more episodes of this, guys.
8 more. You throw that's the climactic opening of this show. I have a log. I'm gonna throw it in the air.
Hey,
Put this
someone
user
said
in
it's a great-
timeout. I
it's a
put a
great
user in
decision to
timeout.
mix. Someone said it's a great decision to mix the comp shots with the full CG miniature shots. And I totally agree, because we filmed as much as we possibly could. Like, we filmed at least 30, and then comes out to like somewhere between 30 and 40 shots of a green screen per episode. But that's so
30 to 40.
little when you drop it into like an hour. And
Yeah.
so by like taking the full CG shots and then like putting the same color grade on it and like putting the matte bars on them, you like create these like little sequences, so you like hold on to that cinematic vibe like a little bit longer, and it's like way less jarring. So it really ended up working out.
Okay guys, I've been out and about doing the research, I've listened to you, I've heard your comments, and I've got my binoculars because I've been looking far and wide for where you can get the best stock assets in all of the internet. And I gotta say, courtesy of today's sponsor Storyblocks, I think I've finally done it, because it's the one-stop shop for all of your stock asset needs. Now, they have a virtually unlimited library of high-quality 4K video, audio, images, After Effects templates, and more, and you can get it all through their cost-effective subscription plans. Hey, look at that. Is that an unlimited all-access plan? That's gonna allow you to download as much as you want from the site, whenever you want, and use it in any kind of content that you want? My goodness, it's all royalty free. You can use it in commercial projects or in personal projects or in movies or whatever you want. Oh my goodness. And what's that over there? No way. That's an enterprise plan. If you're part of a creative team and you guys aren't using Storyblocks, talk to your team leader about getting an enterprise plan from Storyblocks. I can't tell you how many times at Corridor, the first thing that we do is go on to Storyblocks and see if they have stock assets that help us tell the story that we're already imagining in our heads. It's amazing. If you're interested, head on over to storyblocks.com/corridorcast and you can get signed up, or click the link in the description below. That's storyblocks.com/corridorcast. And man, hey, maybe that's you I see out there. It is you. You're clicking the link in the description below. No way, you're signing up. Look at you. Look at that. Oh man, I can see it now. The future really is brighter.
So Ren gets the first roll of the game. I didn't realize that.
And it's to throw.
I'm so easy.
It's to throw
I'm
a
so
log in
embarrassed
the
by
air.
that first moment with the log, dude. Like he's like, I roll a 10. I'm like, it goes up 20 feet. It's like,
Dude, how high, Sam? How high do you think you would have let it go if he rolled a natural 20?
100. Because we established that later. Now that I know, well, like there's another moment where he throws something 100 feet on a 20.
He jumps 100
We know
feet.
the distance of his strength now.
Well, he didn't jump 100 feet. He ended up climbing, but no
Well,
spoilers.
kind of. Yeah.
This is insane.
So Sam, when we get into a fight in the game, like when you're putting like bad guys in front of us, like what would happen if we didn't do a good job? Like what would, like, you know, like when we're fighting tough enemies and like if we roll poorly or we just make a bad call, would you have just been like, well, you guys died at the end, and that would have been the end of the series? Like how would that have worked?
Well, yeah, there's a little bit of that. I mean, the thing is that, like, you know, it's enemies, like, how do I say it? Like, I try not to get too emotional, like, in those moments. Like, I'm not trying to be like, hey, I want to get them killed here. It's like, I just want to create, like, you know, a moment where it's like, hey, let's play this out in a smart way, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, rewarding smart decisions is, like, all I think about in those moments.
Right.
But, like, yeah, you could totally die, and that'd be the end of that. But it's partially just because, like, it's tough to know exactly, like, it took this whole campaign for me to really get a good grip on, like, what a fair fight for your party is.
It's hard. Because once you
It's
start
really hard.
introducing magical weapons, you throw the math out, and the math drastically changes the moment you pass level 4. It gets so complicated.
Yeah. It definitely does.
Trislet on the YouTube chat. This looks like real miniatures.
Oh, I think they're talking about the scans.
Yeah, either that or the actual footage
Hopefully.
of the real miniatures.
Yeah. That would be the funniest. Hey, this looks like a D&D game.
Wait, are they?
Jake's
wait,
glasses
are you
off.
guys-
You know he's serious.
Are you guys playing D&D? Oh man, I should have made a Brandy O'Daniel costume. That would have been hilarious. That should have been that should have been the name of my alter ego. Maybe in next campaign.
So
Yo, this is sick.
with all the time and effort that went into season 1, I mean, right on top of the premiere is maybe the hard time to ask this question, but are you guys encouraged to do season 2, or you're like, oh man, that seems so daunting?
I'm encouraged. I personally am encouraging myself and you guys to do a season 2.
Yeah, well, it's
on a
it's like
technical
we put
level, I feel like
Yeah.
there are a few more things we can do, and I'm excited to do that. And even Sam, you could talk about this if you want. Is Sam and I have been shooting ideas back and forth on where the story could potentially go to just get Sam's brain brewing.
Oh no, we have it. It's all written. Well, like the outline is there, and it's pretty sweet, and it's just as funny. It's funnier and more intense than the first one. It's kind of like it's Boston Dynamics 2 versus Boston Dynamics 1.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the best comparison I can make right now.
The best way to experience this podcast episode is by putting this next to the episode and watching the episode on mute.
I think a lot of people have never witnessed D&D content before.
This
Yeah,
true.
I mean,
not a lot of
used
people.
to like our crew content.
Well, there's a very specific like blend or mix of like D&D content online. I mean, most D&D content is like a podcast where it's
Essentially,
Right.
yeah, it's
video
slow
podcast.
theater of the mind, and not slow necessarily, but it's
It's low edited.
yeah, it's real
You know
time
what's
gameplay.
funny? You know what's funny?
Yeah.
How all the cuts of like Ren's like cringing face and all his squirms as we were doing the spider stuff. Because like in the moment I'm just like, oh yeah, it's D&D, it's a cave, there's spiders, like whatever, like no big deal. So I'm like throwing down spider miniatures all over the place. And like only after watching the cuts and like all the like close-ups that you guys were cutting to and like punch-ins of Ren going like,
Yeah.
like constantly throughout that, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about like his extreme like aversion to spiders.
Yeah, and then there's a moment there's a moment when you guys are walking through the hall and then you start narrating what the spiders are doing around them. He just like starts like really having a moment because his
Did you ever
imagination.
zoom in on his face there?
There was a zoom in one version.
You kept it as a 2-shot most of the time. I saw.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still plenty in there of him
There's
making
plenty.
wacky squirming
There was
faces.
an active digital zoom into his face, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that to Ren. I'd rather just keep it as a locked off close up or a locked off 2-shot.
You should have done a slow push.
Dude, Niko's face. I think it's it's in this episode, in the first episode near the end. Jake, you start rolling to use the rope, and I punched into Niko when he saw your dice roll.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
it's just like so much is communicated from Niko. It's just like I feel so bad for Jake.
What level did everybody start at?
I think everyone started at level 5. Is that correct?
Wait, did this just jump back? Did the YouTube version just jump back in time?
No, it's all normal.
No.
Oh, okay.
Spiders are the chipmunks of the insect world. Dude, I hope some rando vegan Instagrammer screen caps Niko saying we shouldn't kill animals that don't do any harm to us. I see that as murder.
Niko's character is a vegan druid.
Unless the animal attacks them first and then Niko's going to town.
Right. Unless that.
Someone was like, hey, Carmichael, how do you decide what's 75% of the footage to cut?
Oh God.
When I lose interest in what I'm watching.
Yeah. Well, like we had that discussion too before. We're like, all right, let's talk about like approaches here.
Mm-hmm.
And like the one thing I really was fixating on was, very frequently you're supposed to be talking about a story in real time as it's happening. But so frequently, because you're just at a table, it's not like there's a timer. You have to make a decision, So people would say, hey, here's a situation. Should we do this? And then should we do that? Oh, maybe we could do that. Maybe we do that. And then it turns out that whole conversation took place within like 6 seconds of like a fight scene while everyone was like mid-air. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like totally out of context. So
there's a lot of like the
Cutting-
hypothetical conversations. Yeah.
exactly. And so like cutting all that out is great because now when people aren't like It's not like something exploding and then there's a whole conversation as to which way to duck. It's like, no, something blows up. Which way did you move? And like just keeping it a lot more direct, because that way it's, I think, a lot easier for people to follow the story, since it's so much of it is in the dialogue and the audio and just hearing people explain what they're doing. That the moment you accidentally put in something that doesn't happen, if you have a conversation about something that doesn't happen, like some people might not realize that didn't happen.
Yeah. And that's borderline one of the hard parts about playing D&D, I would say, like, live, is you can't really do that as much, you know, unless you establish the setting of, like, we're hiding and we're going to make a quick plan of action.
Yeah, well, because also, like, everyone else has an opinion too. So, like, you still see a ton of it in this first episode of, like, Ren does something and everyone's like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Or like vice versa. You know, it can be like really, really confusing and jarring.
Yeah, but there's also moments where you want to, like, not do that and you want to leave it in, because kind of the moment you want to hear everyone's point of view and you want to kind of hear the group think kind of happen.
Somebody's like, I can tell the pre-scripted stuff.
Oh yeah, the writers on this show did a great job.
Yeah, like,
is that on YouTube?
Yeah, you know, nothing is pre-scripted.
So, no, Jake, no joke aside, it's a massive thing when it comes to the D&D content out there. Everyone always thinks things are written.
Really?
Yeah, even Critical Role gets it. They're like, who's writing this? Like, do you guys understand how many hours of words?
The game is writing it.
Who did the sound design on this?
The mixed live action and Unreal stuff looks so effing good.
Sam did some sound effects. I did sound effects. We both did the mixing. It's kind of a team effort.
Yep, just constantly
redoing each other's
work enough times until it evens out.
The best thing about this show is how much you want to watch the next episode after you watch.
Yeah,
I'm so happy about that.
Like, it's just it just really starts to, like, dig in. The
best compliment ever was before we did any of the green screen or had any of the VFX in there, and it was just like, this is the rough edit for us to approach VFX. Jake goes, I'm gonna watch like the first 5 minutes, and then he comes back, I watched the whole episode.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right.
Yeah, next time we gotta.
So many messages.
7,000 people are watching live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Wow.
Next time we gotta get the actual 3D models of these miniatures directly from Wizards of the Coast, so we don't have to scan everything.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
That would make it so much, because like 90% of the minis are like actually official. Like,
that's true.
So I'd like and I know when you see pre-release like images of all the models, they show you the 3D models because, you know, they haven't like cast them yet.
That's right.
So I know they're out there. But that would save so much time.
Yeah, that would save weeks.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're rigged, those models?
Probably not.
Nope. Oh, definitely not. They're like sculpted.
Okay.
I do love the fact that we, Sam and I both agreed early on to like add sound effects to some of the voices that Sam does. Because it starts like we start having, you know, a whole other party in the room.
Can you imagine if this was live?
That'd be so hard.
Yeah, it is
Hard.
hard.
Table it in costumes.
Switching
I know everyone would have to get freaking pocket watches and green vests and stuff and like top hats with steampunk glasses.
No, everyone on the green screen doing the actions, they're wearing mocap gear to mocap as the players at the table.
Oh, like that kind of live? Like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah. It would be impossible.
Just playing D&D live is hard.
Yeah. Uh-oh, we got another spammer. Let me get rid of him. Boom. See you, buddy. All right, let's go back to corridor.
Banned.
Quest time. The horn.
So, is the horn... Where did the horn start?
It's hold on. Bad review. It's good, but it's more just Sam talking and less of the others. I would really love to have seen more banter from the rest of the cast. 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10 minutes into 8 hours with D&D.
It's 8 hours of us banting.
I love that. I love that you guys
exposition.
are getting the same notes, not same notes, same comments that essentially Fables gets, the same that Critical Role gets, Dimension 20. Everyone just complains at the beginning of it, and then everyone who sticks around to, like, you know, episodes later, they're like, "This is fucking great."
Dude, I want low stakes exposition. You all arrive at a tavern with no mission. It's like, okay.
What do you do?
What do you do? It's like, I guess we're just gonna banter.
Is there a place to sit? No.
We should do that. We should do low stakes D&D just for one episode.
No, do it as a side quest.
Yeah.
One low stakes episode.
These characters, the bad guy. It's
like there's a minimum of
Can we do a
24 hours.
Sam, can we do a
anything
side
important
quest
happens.
episode on what happened with the orphans, and everyone just plays an orphan of the orphan team?
Yeah, like what?
That's
It's just when they're Reverend McAllister's out, they're at the safe house, just waiting for him to come back.
What do they do?
What do the orphans do? They're like,
What did the orphans
you
get
guys wanna,
into
like, throw rocks
during episode
at a
1?
pond or yeah.
That would be an amazing
You guys
side
are actually
quest.
giving me a really good idea. What if one whole game session is just us playing orphans? That's a backstory that's important for the main story.
Yes.
And depending on your choices, it changes what happens in the main storyline because of the flashback that you're playing.
Yes.
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 This is season.
It has to be related to D.
1.5.
Yeah.
That's so intense and meta. It's like you guys are trying to figure out a mystery, and the only way you can figure it out is to play as the characters that had to do with the inciting event.
I love it.
Whoa. It's so intense and meta.
Sam, you did a good job with your voice acting on this. Have you ever thought about actually trying to do voice acting?
Yeah, but he's got a company to run with you guys.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he
Yeah.
does do voice acting. Arguably, Sammy is doing professional voice acting.
Yeah, it's fun, but yeah, I just don't want to do auditions.
You won't have to audition for the roles that we go over
Yeah.
for at Corridor.
You automatically get the role here.
I mean,
the best
every time we
actor's
post
position.
a video, it's like an audition, basically.
Yeah, there's a BTS episode that needs to come out on Crew Cuts. Sam auditioning for DM.
Or no, it's the secret backstory that I've just been putting together a really good acting reel over the last 10 years.
It's like the whiskey reel. Sam and I have a secret
it's
backstory.
the whiskey drinking reel. There's the dead body reel, and then there's the whiskey drinking reel.
We still need to do that on your website. We got to do samgorski.com, and it's my 2021 whiskey drinking reel and my 2021 dead body reel. All the shots of you as a dead body in all the different pieces you've been in.
Well, the dead body one's easy because it's just a bunch of shots of someone laying in costume, and you just try and comp them into other movies.
Oh, like that.
Freeze frames and it zooms in, and like you raise your head and wink.
Yeah. I know, you probably think I'm dead right now. Oh, that's how it starts. It scans across like an apocalyptic scene, and then it
Just
finds your body and it
skulls on
zooms in on
pikes.
it, and you wake up a little bit and you go, "Hey, shh! I know you probably think that I'm dead right now, but this is just my dead body real."
I wonder if this will help get
Is it
people into
scripted?
D&D.
I think so.
Dude, if you notice in the footage while you guys are watching the episode, everyone has papers in front of them. They're reading their lines in the script as
Those are
we're
the
going.
scripts.
Wait, did somebody say that for real?
No, someone's asking if this is scripted. I'm just giving the explanation so they understand
Right.
how well written this is.
Yeah.
This is why it took a year. Is like we had to write hours of, of words.
Takes a lot. What does the horn do?
What does the horn do?
Was the horn ever in like a game that was recorded?
Yeah. So what?
Yeah.
Where is this
No.
from?
Wait.
No.
I'll tell you what the horns.
I want to
from
hear the backstory of the horn.
Okay, so
a
Ricky
game
Ray
that was
Butler.
recorded. The original. I got it. Yeah. Sorry.
Ricky Ray Butler was like, "Hey, we want to play some D&D with you guys." And Ricky is like, he runs some. It's not even an MCN. It's a huge online like advertising firm.
Mm-hmm.
And he's always been wanting to play D&D. So I was like, all right. And so we all got together, Niko and Jake, myself and him and one of his buddies, and it was just like a simple like, you guys are poor, and there's a town with a bunch of rats in it, and they're going to pay you to kill the rats. It's like that kind of level 1 campaign.
Yeah.
And just going through it, I think like they were going in a place, they found like a treasure chest, and I was like, oh shoot, I don't have a plan for what's in here. So I like literally just file through the pages super fast. It becomes the horn of blasting that they find in there. And geez, yeah,
it a real item?
Yeah, no, it's a canon D&D item.
Okay.
But
I thought you just made it up.
No, I didn't make it up. This one's like a legit like historical D&D artifact.
Like Leonid's tiny hut.
Yes, yeah. It was so much fun because of how wrong everything went when they used it. That it's like the allure of great power with comedic backfiring potential of a character that can permanently go deaf. Like after misusing it.
My character
just
did
really
go
funny.
deaf, I think, after using it.
Yeah, your character was permanently deaf after using
Yeah.
it.
That character's still alive though. I should bring her back.
Bring her back. Bring her back. I know.
I was
campaign went places.
I was a rogue, a female rogue. I forget
Yeah.
what
You were a female
race
rogue,
I
but you
was.
forgot that you wrote female and you didn't tell anyone that it was female.
That's right. Yeah.
And so we all just assumed you were a male rogue.
Right. That's right. I had y'all fooled. Yeah.
And so the whole second half of that campaign was just dedicated to Jake committing to becoming a female character by getting a sex change surgically.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
And
man.
then we went and tried to find a doctor. Things went horribly sideways.
Yeah.
I was knocked out for a while. But then after that, I decided that I wanted to remain my birth gender. After that.
Yeah,
After
it all went wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah. That was a close one. Close call.
That was a great campaign.
We got a comment. Violence.
I am really happy with how the rope gag turned out. Just
Yeah.
some straight up Adam West Batman.
Yeah, I was like, the moment you guys
Yeah.
were saying that, and we were and saying that at the table, I was like, how do we do this for real? It's like, how do we? Because my brain instantly goes to not VFX. How do I do this practically? And I was like, wait, there has to be a rope gag of some kind. And then my brain started thinking, because one of the ideas was to capture on green screen. I was like, oh, we could do it sideways. That'd be
How many cameras
amazing.
did we have? 5? Did we have 5 or 6?
At the table?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And then we started with 6 and then we went to 7.
We went to 7. I would like, if we were to do another season, I would like to add 2 more, and we record with 9 cameras.
As long as we do it in 1080.
Yeah, there's really no reason to do this in 4K.
I shot in 4K so we could do punch-ins and get singles.
Yeah.
Did that work?
Yeah, it happens
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, every time you see a single of someone like that's static, it's a punch in.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we want to shoot in 4K, but then
Yeah, I edited
did you export in 1080 or 4K?
I edited it in 1080 and then exported it in 4K so people can have the gratifying moment of going to 4K on, on their monitors.
It looks so good on the site. Like I know we're streaming it right now, but once the actual episode publishes in 25 minutes, it's so crisp on the site. And that's just 1080. I'm just on a 1080 monitor.
I'm so happy that it looks good.
We're at the part where Ren has fallen to his death. Or not his death, it's almost death.
His half death.
His half death.
You're almost half dead. What Bob went was splat. Well, Bob's gonna need a chiropractor.
See, now it's picking up. See, this is the challenging part of D&D is it's like not like a movie you can just script like a cool little,
Right.
actiony opening and then a hook, then a mystery. Like it needs to build.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, all right, here we go. The game's starting.
Roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
It's like,
We need to do that.
let's literally do that on the next campaign. Let's start, and it goes, okay, welcome to season 2. Roll initiative, and you don't.
And
know
we don't
who you're
introduce
fighting.
the
Like,
characters
what?
until
What's
after the
happening?
combat.
You just literally, you immediately start fighting, and you don't even know who your enemy is at first.
And everyone's like, where are we? It's like,
God,
no.
it's so-
One question per turn.
Yeah.
What question for turn?
Oh my god. Let's seriously start it with initiative, though. That's super.
I
funny.
remember, Sam, you remember when we were starting those, we were building the table and you were talking about the first episode actually being a dream sequence.
Oh, geez. Yeah. The whole campaign was totally different last time, where it starts with everyone being like trapped in a psychic dream sequence that they have to realize they have to escape. But it got way too complicated, and it put all the exposition way too late in the campaign for it to work.
And it kind of made everyone's choices in the first episode arguably pointless.
Yeah, exactly.
And it kind of just like removes a little bit of the fun of the game.
Use the horn.
Use the horn.
Don't tell Ren that.
There's already.
Man, we had to
Already
convince
wanna
him
see
not
it.
to like just like deafen his character multiple times. Because that's the thing. It's like it's 1 out of 5 that you go deaf. That's
Permanently deaf.
permanently deaf. Yeah.
You know how difficult that would make things? Somebody
Yeah.
goes permanently deaf in your party. It's like, well, you can talk to him, but you haven't learned a sign language to communicate yet. So
Yeah, I
you
was
have
about to
to
say
go
he's
visit
also the
some,
lowest
like,
intelligence of the group.
Yeah.
He
And
doesn't
you'd have
know
to-
another language, guys.
You'd have to go
Oh, man.
visit some like magi to like teach you a language that you could communicate with that person.
There's
Or just
there's
do
so
a-
many funny things like that like seem like kind of small and inconsequential, but like then there's another one that's a hilarious rule with ghosts in the game, where if a ghost like physically passes through you in D&D, like the rules state that basically you have to roll a check against this ghost, and if you fail, you age like 5d10 years.
Yeah.
So you can age up to like 50 years for just in an instant.
Just from a ghost passing through you.
Yeah, because I remember we were playing a game with Jan where that happened to him, and he aged 40
Was he a
years
human? Was
in
he a
like a
human?
second.
Was he
He's
a human?
still alive. He just got super old.
Was he a
And couldn't,
human?
yeah, he was a human character. He was still alive because he was a younger character. But it's just like hilarious to think like, oh, now you're like literally a geezer now for the rest of this game.
Sam, we got a compliment on the YouTube one. A great DM calls out their mistakes and keeps the show going on. Superb work.
Yeah, it happens.
Your marketing is really not humble.
I mean, it's true.
Whatever.
Come on.
Whatever.
Welcome
Says
to
we gonna call it,
8,000 people watching live on YouTube.
7.9 technically. Let's wait for that 8 until we hit it.
I'm sorry, I do roundup math.
Rounded up earlier.
That's how I get my budget right.
You do that tax math.
Skill checks 20s are not automatic. Well, house rules for us.
Yeah, that's a 5e thing. Most people ignore that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is there are going to be so many rule lawyers in the comments. Like it's so exhausting.
Whatever.
It's like if that's what you feel like spending your
It's like,
time
you guys
on.
are cheating. Like it's not like it affects you.
Yeah,
It's like I hate their D&D show because they win all the time.
honestly, first page of Player's Handbook, first page of Dungeon Master Guide, everything is filtered through the DM. The DM makes the final call. Doesn't matter what the book says.
I think automatic fail or automatic success on 20 to 1 is like perfect.
I think that's a great way to play it.
No matter how like crazy the odds are, like it's great. Because sometimes you want that, like just that worked. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
It
the whole
also like it works as a balance against characters that have incredibly high like values in certain areas. You know, where no matter what they do, they're going to be above a 10 pretty much on every single roll.
right.
Yeah. Well, it also works against the DM because like sometimes I'm trying to make people lose or something like that. Like there is a little bit of that happening here and there where it's like this is supposed to be hard, or I hear, or even like here's a story point that I really don't want to have screwed up, and someone rolls a 20, and it's like, all right, it's like concrete proof that no matter what, a player can influence this story.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, no matter how hard I want something to go one way or another, it keeps that power there.
Yeah, I think the reasoning for them to remove crits and natural fails in skill checks was like, oh, you can't just roll a nat 20 and move a mountain. It's like, yeah, let the DM decide that.
Oh, we got our first nat 20 of the game.
Yeah, it was chuck the rope 100 feet up into the air.
Critical hand. Boy. Well, Bob to the rescue.
You know how hard it would be to throw a crumpled up chunk of rope 100 feet?
But it's not just a crumpled up rope. It's 250 feet of rope.
It's funny how the comments have evolved from like the beginning with people like, they're kind of like, it's a little stilted, they're kind of quiet, not super energetic. It's not a lot happening, and now it's just like people are dying and shooting, and everyone's like, whoa! Yeah, Bob is awesome. He's gonna die. Screw the skeleton guy. I mean, that's D&D. That's storytelling. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the hardest challenge I think with episode 1 here is like
It's
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it is kind of nice that we have like such an extreme moment of like a character falling off a 100-foot cliff into a
So great.
worm pit is like the first thing that happens.
Oh, dude, this comment, I'm gonna call it now. Chippy is secretly a demon that has infiltrated the crew. He is the final boss. That would be so funny. And then we all decide to just kill the skeletons anyway.
Yeah.
No, like seriously, like when D is like, wait a second, we should throw him in the pit.
D
it's
was so
coming
death
up.
adverse in the first few episodes. He was so murder adverse.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
No, like this whole first episode, he's like, my first action is to be prepared to shoot anyone in the head.
That's true. Yeah.
Dude, throwing him in the pit, that's so worth filming that in live action.
It's so funny.
People are pointing out that my no killing rules are fastly going away. I mean,
no, it's okay. No, but that's called a character arc.
yeah,
I don't want to hurt anything to must destroy.
I mean, hey, it didn't happen as extreme as it did in the Call of the Wild campaign, where it's just like, all right, so we're gonna solve this by killing everyone.
Yeah.
Well, but that was the point of that one. I was like, literally, it was like, I want these characters to effectively be bad guys. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, here's barbarians, and their mission is to murder everyone. But make it like feel good. Make it like a feel good murder story.
The
Yeah.
Alaskan bullworm.
I need to go back and watch that again. I also need to watch the Cry of Fear series again.
Oh, Cry of Fear is great.
Cry of Fear is like some of the best. Some of the best, Node.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see some people are getting
Nat
introduced
20
to,
just climbing up that wall.
you seeing people getting introduced to Dungeons and Dragons is makes me happy
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
I'll be like, whoa, this looks cool. How do you play this? And it's like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome.
Wizards of the Coast did a recent poll on Twitter on like, how did you get into D&D? Did you get invited to a game? Did you start a game? Did you look it up? Or did you just watch some actual play? They had like 10,000 plus people who voted, and 90% was watching actual play content.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Really? Just that's how they got introduced to it, watching somebody else
Yeah.
play it. Wow.
Just by watching other people play and go, that looks like fun. I want that.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, man. This campaign's moving now. People are like,
Yeah.
people are just into it. This is great. This makes me really happy.
8,100.
8.1 thousand viewers. 6% left on my iPad.
8,200. 8,200. That's what I'm reading.
Holy hell, well, Bob is insane. Oh, this moment.
It makes me really happy to see the comments now discussing the actual character moments and stories.
Yes. That's
like, yes,
it's
they're
so
invested in the story.
satisfying to get to
Yeah.
those comments.
Yep.
I live for it on, I know I'm like, we're talking Son of a Dungeon, but on Fables, like once a day, a comment comes through talking about their favorite character in a moment. And it's so nice to just see that the story you're creating with friends, people are taking in and enjoying it.
Yep.
This guy.
The Hevo, and then the slow-mo on Dee's face.
He goes, I don't know why, but for some reason it's difficult to watch this and also discuss network subnets in a meeting. Clearly I need to dump more points into Constitution and Intelligence.
Dude, Dee's face in the slow-mo. Yeah.
He's watching this in the middle of a work meeting.
Yeah, it's great. It's all coming together, guys.
Coming together.
Is this your card?
Everyone's freaking out. Is he gonna die here?
I'm so glad we put this episode 2 stuff.
Oh yeah, the
into
website's
first
on the
episode.
rope pool right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, YouTube's just behind it. They just started talking about setting up the rope.
Yes, sing to him.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad we decided to drop episode 2 on the same day too.
Yeah.
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 It's such a good episode.
People are gonna roll right into it.
Yeah.
The second one is great.
Yeah, the marrying of the two. So like recording wise, we ended the first episode when Bob gets back to the top of the cliff.
Yeah.
In recording, that's where we ended it.
You
But
went an extra couple minutes, right?
yeah, we went like maybe 10 more minutes into episode 2 to the moment where Yargo walks through the door,
Yeah.
and that's the hook. Because now there's a sense of like, oh no, what's going to happen? Great, let's cut.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, on the website, we're at the point where I'm almost falling off the rope.
So good.
And
You're the
Niko was
gambler. Here I'm going again.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm so glad it was 11, so I almost failed. But
Yeah.
if I would have failed that third time, then I would have been at the bottom of that pit, dude. That worm would have eaten me. That would have
That'd
been
been a great
You
finale
guys would have had
moment.
to go down there and reanimate me, and then I would have come out as one of those undead guys.
That'd be pretty funny.
Would have been a real situation.
This rope thing that we're talking about here with the trying to go across it, that was like a really good example of like me setting up a problem and providing like no ideas for like really how to solve it, and just hoping that you guys would kind of try some stuff. Like I was like, oh yeah, I'll have like a rope pulley mechanism you can put a rope to, but then like just be like, yeah, it's like there's not really any other way to do it. Like, I don't know. Definitely could have ended up with someone actually dying in the first episode.
Well, I could have used my tiny hut down there if I would have gotten in trouble, but
Could use your tiny hut down there. Yeah.
Next
Wait, actually,
step
no, I
would
don't know
be
if I had
some
that
sort
then.
of deep fake turn.
No, you didn't have it. You didn't have your
Tieflings
tiny
are
hut then.
elves.
yeah,
Spoiler alert.
yeah. Well, hey, if it ain't Lehman's, it ain't a hut.
It's not a hut.
Poor Warren's delicate guitar fingers.
Dino! I'm on the YouTube right now watching it.
Yeah, I love the rope. Every time when someone communicates something bad to Sam, I make sure that it's a cut of Sam like expressing frustration or sadness.
Yeah.
Spoiler, D dies in episode 1.
Hold
It's
on to
funny
that
'cause,
rope,
like,
good buddy.
Just because Ren fell, like it makes this whole scene so much better now too. Because
Right.
you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
he's
Know
like,
what's down there.
like
don't
right
wanna go
away,
down
one of
there.
the people fell 100 feet, like, and he has the most health points of anyone. But anyone else who died, like falls, is like, no, there's like, we've already established there's like a worm down there right now.
Rope song luck. Critical grab.
Rope song was super.
Jake is a true bard.
Jake is a true bard.
I was so
Summer
happy
Rope was
on day
super
one when Jake
effective.
walked up to the table and put his guitar there. I was like, yes. I don't care if the music bleeds into other people's mics. This is amazing.
Yeah, I didn't realize that I was actually I emulate a bard character a lot in life, and because I didn't really know what they were when I first started playing. I was like, I'm a rogue, I'm a fighter,
Right.
you know, and then I realized, oh, I'm actually not good at. I tried to play a wizard once. Whew, that did not go well.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I'm playing a wizard in a gothic horror campaign right now, and all I'm doing is just being afraid of everything.
Well, especially when you're a low level wizard.
I'm
you're just,
level
like, nothing
3,
you can
18
do.
HP.
I have incredible wisdom. Okay, how's that gonna help us kill these rats? You know.
This rope smells like shit.
I guess we missed that one.
So good.
Is it on the website?
Oh, man.
Credits are rolling.
Ooh, the credits on the
there's a
website?
little- Is there a post scene after credits? No, not an episode.
Not in
one.
episode 1.
5 minutes before
Creator,
next one.
Dreamweaver, storyteller.
That's how these credits go.
We should
Now
have
we
put
get to add.
Dreamweaver in there.
I know.
Yeah.
No, well, for that, yeah. Next time, we can just add. Everyone gets like 2 bonus credits of their choice.
Okay. Yes. Fake
Yes.
bonus credits. Dreamweaver.
Dreamweaver,
Lord of Thought.
Lord of Thought, Champion
Scrolling
of
Master.
Imagination.
Scrolling Master. Dice Inertia.
Dice Lord.
Yeah,
I love the
that's
bathroom
great.
shots. They look so good. The credits are super classy.
Yeah, they are. It's really nice.
They turned out.
8.2 thousand viewers on YouTube.
I think we gotta through the corridor account on the live chat. Start mentioning that you guys can continue watching episode 2 on the website.
Oh, I've been saying that.
Okay. Dude, the bathroom scene.
Dude, the Dimension Door scene.
Yep. We need Puffin here. Dude, it'd be cool to have Puffin. Mm-hmm. 8.3 thousand.
All right. Episode 2 is about to pop off. I'm really glad people liked this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
We put so much into it that, you know.
Jake, charming, well done.
Overwhelmingly positive feedback.
And my
even on
phone
YouTube.
literally just put a limit on my YouTube watch.
All right, I'm going to switch over to the... actually, I'll leave it on chat, but in a minute I'll switch over to the homepage. And we'll get a little glimpse into episode 2. People will go, wait, is this just episode 1 again?
Fair.
Look at all those producer points. Slanging.
Oh man, the
Okay,
chat room
well,
is
time
flying.
to rapidly send out emails.
Like I'm trying to like talk on this podcast and like, read the chat at the same time, but like the words go
man.
so fast.
I know. I'm writing an email to the Wizards of the Coast peeps.
Ah, yeah, look at it.
Woo!
Oh, come on. Somebody goes, oh, come on.
What the heck? How's that over?
Classic Carmichael drop.
Leave him hanging.
Dude, that's what you get is a big hook.
You and I are now in a band. Dun, dun, dun.
Done.
Man.
Sick. Well,
Right,
this
I'm
is pretty
just gonna
sweet.
put in
Can't wait to
here-
release more of this.
Episode 2 live on...
Oh man.
Man, so many people are like just commenting right now.
I'm so happy that YouTube keeps the crew corridor crew comment like hanging at the top as the
Yeah.
scroll goes by.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey,
Dude,
sweet.
the fact that
all right, well, I gotta start talking
the fact
business,
that episode
guys.
2 is available
I gotta
is
talk
pretty funny if
business.
you think about the guy.
Jake,
All right, Sam's got to go talk business.
Christian, business.
Yeah.
It's business time. We gotta send the links out to
business time.
everyone.
Go get out of that balloon.
All right.
Descend.
Yo, go get out of that
Go
balloon.
descend.
Descend. I'm literally
Don't
about
put
to
those sandbags
touch down.
lower; they'll make you go higher.
Drop some sandbags.
All right.
Sam's roboting.
He's roboting.
Sam's a robot. Sam, hey, big congrats to you and big congrats to you, Carmichael, on this big
Yeah,
day.
seriously, guys.
Seriously,
Big ol'
you guys
day.
deserve it. You guys put in a ton of work, and you made something that actually triggers real emotions, which is crazy.
Triggered.
You are manipulating people with your images and sounds and words.
It only
I
took
know.
8 years, but I did it.
Emotion machine.
Manipulated.
Woo!
All right, here we go. Scott, where are the episodes?
All right, guys. I'm gonna sign off here.
Let me check.
Everyone,
All right,
thanks for
Sam.
listening.
Congrats, man.
thanks for watching. Jake and Christian, or just
Bye,
Jake.
Sam.
I'm
Bye,
gonna call you
Sam.
guys in a second here to follow up with who you have not sent emails to yet with the links.
Dude, the bathroom band.
All right. Till next time.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Sam. Talk to you soon.
Peace out.
All right, see you
So
later.
good. Jeez
I'm gonna-
Louise.
I'm gonna wait until episode 2 drops.
Do you guys want to sign off on this live thing though, and then we can
Yeah, probably.
we can still
probably.
stick
Okay.
around and do the wrap up. But let's sign off here.
You mean for the podcast?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like this is the quiet quietest podcast anyone's ever listened to.
Well, if this was the quietest podcast you've ever listened to, it's because it was the loudest in our hearts. And, you know, thanks for listening. I hope you check out at least the first episode of Son of a Dungeon.
Yes, please.
It's free on both corridordigital.com and on YouTube on Corridor Crew. And of course, I mean, do I even need to push you to watch episode 2 or?
Let the content do it.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say anything.
Let's put 12 months of work to do the pushing for us.
I'm not even gonna sell you on anything on this podcast. Okay.
Whoa.
Well, there was already a Storyblocks integration earlier, but hey, you know that was part of another contract. I have no control over that. They just tell me where to stand and what to say. All right. So, anyways, thank you everybody, and we'll see you later. Carmichael, congrats, man.
Yeah.
Thank you,
big
guys.
Congrats.
Thank you for the opportunity of coming back with a big blast.
You bet.
Yeah.
You bet.
Can I get more cameras now?
We'll talk about it.